దేశంలోనే ప్రముఖమైన నౌకా నిర్మాణ కేంద్రంగా ఘనకీర్తిని అందుకున్న హిందుస్థాన్ షిప్యార్డు ప్రస్తుతం దీనస్థితిలో ఉంది. డిఫెన్స్ పరిధిలోకి వెళ్లినా తలరాత మారలేదు. పేరుకుపోతున్న నష్టాలు నౌకా కేంద్రాన్ని ప్రమాదంలో పడేస్తుండగా ఆర్డర్లిస్తామన్న రక్షణ శాఖ దివాళా కంపెనీ అంటూ మొండిచేయి చూపుతోంది. ప్రభుత్వం ప్రోత్సాహం లేకపోయినా ఉన్నంతలో శక్తి కొద్దీ కొత్త ప్రాజెక్టులకు పోటీ పడుతోంది హెచ్ఎస్ఎల్. కేంద్ర ప్రభుత్వం ప్రైవేటు పోర్టులపై ప్రేమ చూపడం మానేసి షిప్యార్డును ఆదుకోవాలంటున్న ఆ సంస్థ సీఎండీ రియర్ అడ్మిరల్ ఎన్కే మిశ్రాతో ఈటీవీ ముఖాముఖి.
తీరంలో ఉన్న ప్రముఖమైన నౌకా నిర్మాణ కేంద్రాల్లో ముఖ్యమైనది హిందుస్థాన్ షిప్యార్డ్ లిమిటెడ్. దాదాపు 70 ఏళ్ల చరిత్ర ఉన్న ఈ నౌకా నిర్మాణ కేంద్రం ఈ మధ్యనే భారత రక్షణ శాఖ పరిధిలోకి చేరింది. ఇక్కడ ఉన్న సమస్యలపై అలాగే షిప్యార్డ్ లో జరుగుతున్న నౌకా నిర్మాణాలపై మాట్లాడేందుకు మన వద్ద హిందుస్థాన్ షిప్యార్డ్ లిమిటెడ్ సీఎండీ రియర్ అడ్మిరల్ ఎన్కే మిశ్రా మన వద్ద ఉన్నారు. ఆయన అడిగి మరిన్ని వివరాలు తెలుసుకుంటాం. టు యూ సార్, వాట్ ఆర్ ద ప్రాజెక్ట్స్ డస్ హిందుస్థాన్ షిప్యార్డ్ హ్యావ్ రైట్ నౌ?
Actually, we have no big orders to be proud of now. We have one bulk order from a company by name GML from Chennai, few IPVs and tugs etc. with us, which this company is not geared to do this kind of small ships, because we have one big dock which can take a ship of about 80,000 tons. So in that I cannot make small ships, because the timings for flooding and taking out will not match. It's like trying to make a bicycle in an aeroplane factory.
Is the defense tag has affect your pace?
Shipbuilding is a industry by itself, and there is a very thin line of difference between warship building and merchant shipbuilding. The difference being that in warship building it is little bit more complicated, because you have more compartments in the ship, more personnel on the ship. A bulker can have a crew of about 14-15 or say something like that, but in a case of a warship there are about 400-500 people building, and the graduation from commercial shipbuilding to warship building can be done without any problem.
As a commercial shipyard you can take orders from anywhere, but now you are brought under the Ministry of the Defence. Is there any restrictions on you? And because defense orders also not getting much, because all the orders are on the paper only.
Right. When we came to Ministry of Defence from Ministry of Shipping, the group of ministers put a ban on HSL not to take any civilian orders, and they had that time stated that the shipyard should be kept open to only defense orders, and the defense orders were assured to us. However, on transfer the whole thing got changed, the DPP got amended, and now I am being asked to compete with the private shipyards for orders, and some orders have been given to us, but they are not profit making orders. They are very low value orders. My order book today is around 1,500, and I need an order book of at least 5,000 to break even my operations.
Did you face any competition from other private shipyards? Did you compete with them properly?
It is a little interesting situation that the private shipyards have been claiming or are been telling that they should get a even field treatment along with the DPSU yards. But I have a very different viewpoint in this case. I think my playing field is more difficult than the private sector playing field. We have to have a workforce at an additional cost, governed by a lot of rules and regulations. We have to follow the reservation policy. We have to follow the CVC guidelines for procurement of material, and there are plethora of rules and regulations that are put onto us, and therefore our systems become quite lethargic and become little inefficient. Whereas a private company has the will to hire and fire. He can hire the best in the industry at a competitive price and reduce his numbers and be efficient. And I don't think this L1 concept and CVC guidelines is actually taking away corruption from our field. In fact, it is making our procedures quite inefficient and uncompetitive in the market today.
Have to become to compete with the private sector. What are the changes have to be made within the?
This is a little, tricky question, which I would not like to answer, because I am a part of the government now. But I think, in my opinion, we have about 200, 300 ships in the next 10 years to be made for the country, for Indian Navy and Coast Guard alone. While the private sector is seeing that there is a lot of profit in warship building and that there is no merchant ship building, they also would like to take the share of the cake. I think that the private shipbuilder should be given a low potent ships like tugs and tankers and OPVs and IPVs and training ships, etc. The main ships which have the teeth like the frigates, destroyers, aircraft carriers and submarines should not be meddled with private shipyard, because the private shipyards are always working towards maximization of their profit. They can close shop and go any day when they find that the going is tough or they are making losses. Shipbuilding is a very typical field where assuring profits all throughout is not possible. So I think these big ships where high stakes are involved of national security should be kept with defense shipbuilding yards.
Is a feeling that HSL is a sick company or something?
It's not question of feeling. My balance sheet says that I am a sick company. I have accumulated losses of about more than 1,000 crores. I have a negative net worth of 800 crores. But being a government company, all these figures do not mean much. I have a shipyard, I have the infrastructure, and it just requires some working capital so that I can do away with my backlog projects and look ahead. And it can be transferred into a world-class shipyard.
Though you are facing financial crunches, do you have any collaboration with other foreign institutions or any Indian institution?
See, finances nobody will give you free. Somebody will have some vested interest to give you money. As far as finances are concerned, shipbuilding side, I am making losses, all right. But I run a very profitable business in refit section. As far as tying up is concerned, because when this Project 75 India submarine program came to me, I was a bit scared that they will reject me purely because my finances are weak. Other things are all I have. I have the manpower, I have the infrastructure, I got everything, knowledge, know-how, everything I have. Only thing, my money, I was a little weak. And so I tried up with BHEL and Vidhani. We formed a consortium to tap the best things from all the three big companies and jointly bid for the submarine. I may lose little bit of profit in that bargain, but I stand to gain because it will be it's a fantastic cooperation. In fact, VHPV is reeling. It's also a national asset. So I will try to revive that. Vidhani is already involved in Arihant project. So I think it's a very win-win situation. In addition, I have also tied up with Hyundai Heavy Industries in Korea for them to supply me equipment for making submarines.
ప్రైవేటు నౌకా నిర్మాణ కేంద్రాల నుంచి తీవ్రమైన పోటీ ఎదురవుతున్నప్పటికీ దాన్ని అధిగమిస్తామని ఎన్కే మిశ్రా ఆశాభావం వ్యక్తం చేస్తున్నారు. ఆర్థికంగా ఇబ్బందులు ఉన్నప్పటికీ ఇతర ప్రభుత్వ రంగ సంస్థలతో జతకట్టడం ద్వారా సంయుక్తంగా ప్రాజెక్టులు దక్కించుకొని దాన్ని కూడా అధిగమిస్తామని ఆయన వివరిస్తున్నారు. ఇక ఎంతో ప్రముఖమైనటువంటి హెచ్ఎస్ఎల్ను పూర్తి స్థాయిలో ఆధునీకరిస్తామని, మరికొన్ని నెలల్లోనే ఈ పనులన్నీ కూడా పూర్తవుతాయని ఎన్కే మిశ్రా తెలిపారు. విశాఖపట్నం నుంచి కెమెరామెన్ కె శ్రీనివాస్తో నాగేశ్వరరావు, ఈటీవీ న్యూస్.